What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, March the 9th. Maybe you've heard that March is National Nutrition Month, and we have a nutrition expert with it via Zoom. She's not here in the studio. Cary Skelton from the Missouri Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends, Cary.
Good morning, Paul. It's always nice to see you again and spend some time with you today.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to the day when we can get everybody back here in the studio again. But March is National Nutrition Month. What is the most important information you want to get across about that?
Awesome. So with National Nutrition Month this year, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics focus is personalize your plate. So no matter what cultural background you might be from, there's always ways that we can make your plate personable to you and what your food preferences are in a healthy manner.
Yeah. How important do you feel that we need to be mindful when we eat and not just eat to be eating?
That's extremely important. And mindfulness with nutrition is definitely an excellent approach to eating healthy throughout longevity and your life cycle. And we really just want to focus on, putting good foods in because that's what's going to nourish your gut microbiome to the best to where we can prevent chronic disease.
Okay. Now, you've put together a little quiz. I think it's about 10 questions. I don't know if we'll be able to get to all 10 of them. But why don't you go ahead, and I think some of the answers to these may surprise myself and our listeners and viewers. Why don't you go ahead and start, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, sounds good. So the first question is fact or fiction. Only people with medical conditions such as diabetes or high blood pressure need to eat healthfully.
Well, that's fiction. Everybody needs to eat healthy. I mean, that was an easy question there. Right?
And that's right. Healthful eating is beneficial for everyone. And then, proper nutrition is needed throughout life. That's one of the things that got me turned on to becoming a dietitian was my life cycle nutrition class at the University of Missouri.
Okay.
It's just so important from birth to senior lifespan. You always need to make sure you're eating healthfully.
Okay. Next question.
Added sugars and naturally occurring sugars are the same.
Added sugars and naturally occurring. You mean like the sugars in fruits and the sugar that you add to I think that's probably false. I think you get more nutrition from the sugars that are in the fruit than what you add.
Right. So that would be fiction. And that FDA's done a great job with the nutrition facts label now. So now added sugars are brought forward on products in the stores. So if something has added sugar in it, you want to be mindful of that and pay attention to how much, because there is a goal to stay below for men and women. And it's 24 grams or less a day for women of added sugar and 36 grams or less a day for men of added sugar.
Okay, so that does not count the sugar that occurs naturally in your fruits and vegetables.
Right. So if you're tracking your food intake and you're putting your fruits and vegetables in there and it's saying you have grams of sugar, I'm okay with that, just as long as you're not eating like a huge watermelon every day, because that's too much fruit sugar.
Next one.
All right. A vegetarian diet can provide the recommended amount of protein for people of all ages.
I think that's true, but there's probably going to be some people who say, no, that's false because you can't get the protein you need without meat.
Well, this is true. So you're right with your personal belief that a vegetarian eating style can meet nutrient needs, including protein for infants to adults. and well planned. It just needs to be well planned and include a variety of foods to meet those goals. So it is definitely, you can meet the recommended amount of protein.
Okay, so
On a
and you
vegetarian
could get the recommended amount of protein if you're a vegetarian by eating nuts, and what else is high in protein?
Beans, legumes, lentils, and vegetables. A lot of people don't realize that your vegetables have 2 to 3 grams of protein per serving. Same thing with whole grains. They have 2 to 3 grams.
And that
of
protein is just as good as the protein that you get in meat or fish?
They're different, so it's not the same. So that's why we have to do a variety of plant proteins to make it a complete,
Okay.
or to make it a to where you're meeting those nutritional needs.
Okay, go to the next one here.
Foods that contain carbohydrates should be avoided. Fact or fiction?
Oh, I think that's fiction, because you need carbohydrates.
Right. Yep. Because carbohydrates are our body's main source of energy. And many of those carbohydrates include your vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. And so they provide the vitamins and minerals that we need, as well as dietary fiber. And I talk about dietary fiber, Paul, all day long.
Okay. All right. Another one?
All types of dietary fat are the same.
Oh, wow. I don't know. The question is, are all types of dietary fat the same? That's a trick question. No, Grace is saying no. I don't know the answer to that, but our floor director, Grace, says no, they're not.
So that would be false, fiction. So healthier types of fats come from plant-based sources, such as your vegetable oils and your nuts,
Okay.
Fish like salmon. So we all know that, heart healthy fats, omega-3 fats are very,
that
very
makes
good for us.
sense. That makes sense.
Yes. And then the fats that we want to limit and avoid are saturated fats and trans fats. We need a little bit of saturated fat, Paul, in our diet, but not, we want to be mindful of how much. And then trans fats are best to avoid because those can be linked to heart disease, especially if they're taken in too many amounts.
I should have known the answer to that, and I wasn't thinking properly. Yes. All right. The next question.
Frozen and canned fruits and vegetables can be nutritious choices.
Yes, they can be.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yay, good job. Yes, frozen and canned fruits and vegetables can be just as nutritious as fresh produce. What we want to be mindful of and look at on those nutrition labels are the added sugars and sodium content.
Yeah, and let's talk about the fresh vegetables too. If you get fresh vegetables and you cook them the wrong way, if you boil them too long and then you throw that water away, you are throwing a lot of the vitamins and minerals away. Is that correct?
You do lose some nutritional value when you do that. That's true, but
Okay.
You're better off eating them than not eating them
Okay.
because for gut health. So
You know what? We're out of time, Cary, and you still had more questions to go. Maybe we can pick it up the next time.
All right. Thanks, Paul. Happy
You're welcome.
National Nutrition Month.
All right. If people want more information, where can they go? What website?
That would be eatright.org, or you can go to the Missouri Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics for our website to find a local dietitian.
All right. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure having you here. And thank you for the quiz. You didn't make me look too bad. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Paul. Bye.